Nobody expects Volkswagen to build a car that makes luxury SUVs look overpriced. But here it is. 5 meters of German engineering, 3 rows of space, and a screen setup that'll make you question why you'd ever pay twice as much for a Range Rover. Oh, and there's one thing about this interior that completely caught me off guard. I'll show you exactly what it is in a minute. The 2026 Volkswagen Talagon is not a car that screams for attention. It doesn't need to. At over 5 meters long with a presence that fills your rearview mirror, this thing commands respect without making a single noise. It's the SUV designed for people who need real space for real life. Third-row adults, long road trips, school runs, weekend getaways with the whole family and the luggage. But here's the thing, it doesn't drive like a bus, and that's exactly where things get interesting. Under the hood lives Volkswagen's 5th-generation EA888 engine, a 2.0-liter turbocharged unit delivering 272 horsepower and 400 newton-meters of torque. Now, those numbers might sound modest for a car this size, but here's what surprises you. The moment you need to overtake on a highway, it responds instantly. There's no hesitation, no lag, just a quiet, firm shove in the back. Paired with a 7-speed DSG dual-clutch gearbox and 4-motion all-wheel drive, it moves with a confidence that feels far above its price point. It looks like a family transport. It drives like something significantly more expensive. All right, let's talk about the inside, because this is where the Talagon truly earns its reputation. The moment you open that door, you're not stepping into a mainstream family SUV. You're stepping into something that feels like the future. Right in front of you, a 15-inch 2K central touchscreen, crystal clear, responsive, bigger than most laptops. To the left of that, a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster, clean, customizable, alive with information. An augmented reality heads-up display projecting navigation and safety info onto the windscreen itself. 4 screens, 1 cabin. It genuinely feels excessive until you use it. Then you never want to go back. The Talagon was built around one idea, that every passenger matters. With a wheelbase stretching nearly 3 meters, the second row doesn't just feel spacious, it feels generous in a way that makes rivals seem cramped. But the story that surprises most people is the third row. This isn't a token seat for small children. Adults, actual adults, can sit back there without suffering. You can choose between a 6-seater layout with captain's chairs in the middle or a 7-seater with a full bench. Either way, nobody gets a bad seat. And when you fold it all down, the cargo space is the kind that makes you reconsider ever renting a van again. Now, here's something most buyers don't even ask about, and they absolutely should. The Talagon comes standard with IQ.Drive. That's Volkswagen's Level 2 assisted driving suite. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, traffic jam assist that literally handles stop-and-go motorway crawls for you. On a long journey with a full car, that's not a feature, that's sanity. Safety isn't an optional extra here. It's baked in from the ground up. So, what does this actually cost you? Depending on trim, the 2026 Talagon sits between roughly $35,000 and $55,000 USD. 3 trims, Premium, Supreme, and Flagship. Now, think about what you're getting at that price point. A 5-meter, 3-row SUV, quad-screen interior, all-wheel drive, 272 horsepower, Level 2 driver assistance. Compare that to luxury 3-row SUVs from Audi or BMW at double the money. The Talagon doesn't just compete, it embarrasses them on value. This is the sweet spot where mainstream ends and luxury begins, and Volkswagen has planted a flag right in the middle. The 2026 Volkswagen Talagon is a vehicle that doesn't waste your money or your time. It's large without being clumsy, tech-heavy without being overwhelming, family-focused without being boring. That's a harder balance to strike than it sounds. And the fact that it pulls this off at this price point, that's not just impressive, that's the whole reason this car exists. If you need a large SUV and you don't want to pay luxury prices for the privilege of space, the Talagon is the answer Volkswagen has been building toward for years. It's not trying to be flashy. It just happens to be exceptional. And sometimes, that's exactly enough.